You might need rocking all community centre to school.
They are expensive, but they are also manned the whole event.
Ah, so that's covering people as well, then? Yeah.
And they are,
I mean, it was a little bit flippant.
Yeah.
But you just
they are the only local company that provide a manned inflatable. We were actually previous to those, it was a company in London that was sending people to Fugada, and that's the year that that was failed. Yeah.
Can I get a proposal and seconder for the petty cash? Ian and Len, proposal and seconder. Votes in favour, then please, accepting those. Full house, thank you very much. 27.3, to receive year-end financial reports as of 31st March 2026. And again, that's in facts. Can I get a proposal and seconder? Ian proposing, Lynn seconding. Votes in favour then, please. Full house. Thank you very much. So, item 28, to receive a copy of the Internal Auditor's Annual Report for the financial year 25-26 and consider any action required. So again, this is in our packs, the A+ guys accounting. Who should just speak, Mr. Chairman?
Only to say that you should have received by email today the edited version, because Andy had spotted a typo that said machine shed, which I have not spent £83,000 on machine shed, I promise. So that the new report went round today, it was just a typo. The auditor does multiple councils at one time and just got machine shed stuck in his head, yeah. So he apologised and removed it, and obviously I asked him to check the whole report, and the integrity of the rest of the report is correct. Yes.
Spot on it, so thank you.
So what was it censored?
Nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just going to say silver us. Clearly another council is
Been 83 grand on the machine shed.
on that, yeah. Good to see it. Yes, but our seal is allocated as per our website.
That's what I thought we might do on the
Yeah. And there wasn't any recommendations, which I was super pleased about. And
Excellent work by the team.
the interim actions have all been completed, so no action for this anyway.
Excellent, nice work. So there's no action, so we can just receive that. Are we happy to receive no further action report? Yeah, thank you very much. Okay, so item 29, I've got to go through each of the points, and I'll just take a show of hands whether we're in favour of yes or no, whether we're compliant. I'm sure we might remember doing this last year.
And then at the end, Chair, we just
and then at the
end,
yes, no problem. So 29.1, to consider each of the assertions below within section 1 of the annual governance and accountability return, AGAR, annual governance statement for year 2025-2026, and the council's response to each. So we're just basically voting yes or no, so I'll ask them after each point. So we have put in place arrangements for effective financial management during the year and for the preparation of the accounting statements. So those voting yes for that statement, you can show your hands. All in favour? That's yes. We maintained an adequate system of internal control, including measures designed to prevent and detect fraud and corruption, and reviewed its effectiveness. So votes in favour of yes for that one. Thank you. We have assured ourselves that there are no matters of actual or potential non-compliance with laws, regulations and proper practices that could have a significant financial effect on the ability of this smaller authority to conduct its business or on its finances. Votes for yes. Show your hands. Full house again. We provided proper opportunity during the year for the exercise of electors' rights in accordance with the requirements of the accounts and audit regulations. Votes in favour of yes? Show your hands. Full house, thank you. We carried out an assessment of the risks facing the smaller authority and took appropriate steps to manage those risks, including the introduction of internal controls and/or external insurance cover where required. Votes in favour of yes or no? Yes, sorry. Yes, sorry. I mean yes, though. Full house for yes. Oh no. We maintained throughout the year an adequate and effective system of internal audit of the accounting records and control systems. Votes for yes. Full house, thank you. We took appropriate action on all matters raised in reports from internal and external audit. Votes in favour of yes. Thank you. We considered whether any litigation, liabilities or commitments, events or transactions occurring either during or after the year end have a financial impact on this smaller authority and where appropriate have included them in the accounting statements. Votes in favour of yes. Full house, thank you. Trust funds, including charitable. The council is a sole managing trustee and has discharged its accountability, responsibilities for the funds or assets, including financial reporting and, if required, independent examination or audit.
Non-applicable.
Non-applicable.
But you just need to agree that we're non-applicable.
Agree with non-applicable. That's the advice from the clerk.
We don't have a trust funds.
Yeah, thank you. That's it for that. We have put in place arrangements for the effective IT and data management in accordance with proper practices during the year under review. Votes in favour of yes. Thank you very much, full house. So that brings us to 29.2, to consider for approval section 1 of the annual governance and accountability annual government statement 2025-2026 in line with council's response to each assertion 29.1. Do you want proposal and second there?
Yes, please.
Yeah. So we get a proposal and second in Lane, proposal and second votes in favour of the AGAN and the answers were just given. We've got full house. Thank you.
So if we could just pause momentarily just to complete the paperwork. So as you can see, all of the yeses and the non-applicable one that was there to be nominated to that.
Yep.
I just need to date it, which I can do when you do the next one, and minute it, and then we both need to sign it, and then I'll put the website address in. Same as every year.
Yep.
So if you don't mind just signing it on that top one, please. Thank you. And I'm just going to carry it because the rest is in the...
Sure.
Yeah.
So 29.3 to consider for approval AGAR accounts provided by the financial officer. Do you want proposal and second?
Yes, just want to propose.
Yeah.
So this is this sheet with all the numbers on, and I've given you the reality report as well to show you from a financial system where we've got the figures from. So that's where you've got to. But it's the blue one we display for public.
Oh yeah, that's probably.
It's just as proof, you know.
Yeah, proposal and second then, please. Sean, votes in favour of that one, please. Thank you very much. Full house. 29.4 to consider the date of the public rights of inspection as presented starting from the 10th of June 2026 to the 21st July 2026, which includes the first 10 working days of July 2026.
So legally, that's what we have to do the first 10 days. So you're considering that I've covered those first 10 days and that you're happy for me to advertise for public to view the accounts through those periods.
Yeah. Proposal and second still.
Yeah, may as well.
Yes. Proposal and Andy and Sean. Proposal and seconding. Votes in favour then, please. Full house. Thank you very much.
And then I just need a signature for this signature.
That's got through that lengthy, highly interesting bit.
Cracking job you did there, really.
One bit of chairman meeting, accounting
Very
standards
true for what's
to
in it.
approve.
Have we got any planning coming up, just so I keep my voice on this.
First month ever.
I was going to say, I was a page missing out,
There were only two applications that were just a slight change. They were both schools.
Thank you.
Last month, and that was literally it in May, which you've never seen. It's slightly concerning, actually.
Get my skin.
Yeah, no, that's what we slightly concerning.
Okay, so to my understanding, that brings us to item 32 then. So to receive a request from Brackenhill Allotment Association and consider for approval. So this, to my understanding, was there's an allotment holder wanting to extend the mains of water to water as plot. I've got a few comments. I mean, my only thing would be if every single allotment holder wanted to have this for their plot and pay for it, is that doable, achievable, or if it's not, then I think we then have to go down a different route, which is deciding what's fair and who gets it and who doesn't. I don't necessarily have the answers to that. It's just a comment of if everybody can't have it, then we have to be a little bit fairer in terms of if we're going to grant some and not to others, we need to work out a process for that. Andy?
I think a couple of thoughts. One, obviously, is what is the implication in terms of the total water flow for everybody else?
Yes.
You know, because presumably only a certain amount of water goes in, and if everybody's got a tap, I've no idea on that. I don't understand water flow quite that much. So that was one. But and then the only other thought was just about, if you start extending it, you've got risk of more bursts, leakage. I don't know what the implications of that to us might be.
Everyone's allotment plot gets watered. That's
Well, there is that, yeah. But obviously, I don't know if it's even gated.
What's that?
Yeah. I watched a video of a farmer who put some new fencing up at first his main water pipe. It was over a mile long, out to a metre. It's £13,000 worth.
wow.
In 6 months.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So yes, about
So just potential concern on that sort of thing. If nobody knows
Yes.
sort of thing. Yeah.
John and then Stephen.
I would say, dealing with what sort of last 8 years, we've got a tried and tested system here already that we approved and the Allotments Association previously approved. And we've also talked in the past about, as summer's getting hotter and things like that, people on the allotment saving water in water butts and things like that, rainwater, water capture, rather than just increase the number of taps, because from practical experience, what's happened in past is people often have abused the system of using the taps, and there's been battles on the allotment over the last 7 or 8 years about, they put their hose on, they leave it on for hours, and they do this, they do that, all this kind of stuff. So they've had to draft a load of proposals about how to water your garden, how to put your allotment. Rainwater capture doesn't seem to have taken on in a lot of the allotments. It does in some, but not a lot of them. And I think really, just saying we'll just approve the addition of some more water, some more taps or another tap, and like you said, if we agree to this one, we'll have another 10. I want a tap on my allotment. We'll go with them. So I think, we're treading on, I would vote in favour of supporting this.
Okay, yeah, thank you, John. Stephen.
Do the allotment holders who haven't got taps nearby pay the same amount rent as the ones who have got the water? And therefore, as a business, we ought to be there to provide something.
The taps are all arranged so that everybody has access to the taps. That's the.
Well, yes, but these come down to the bottom end of the allotments, and so they have to carry, if they get any water, they've got to carry it a long way.
Well, that's
Some are treated in one way and some are treated in another, all depends on
I suppose that was my other kind of question, if you like, is this particular plot a long way from the tap? That maybe somebody with a disability might be struggling to get to. I don't know, but it was just a thought, an even distribution of taps, if you like, around there. But I don't know.
It's probably,
We're proposing this tap. Is there any taps in that area already?
Yeah, I think that's the comment that's been
Yeah.
been made. I mean, I don't specifically
I
know.
No, I see,
like
I
the
see.
disabled people, and like Stephen says, if they're all playing the same, some people's got to walk that long to get to
Well,
the tap.
inevitably, obviously, it's going to be close to some plots.
I mean,
to some plots than others, but
just-
if they're even, it's...
Some understanding I do have is when plots come available, and sometimes there's been a waiting list, basically you get in touch with the waiting list, you basically say this plot is available, they're shown the plot, they're shown where it is, they're told where the taps are, so all that's done in advance of agreement, if that makes sense. So
Yeah.
if that is going to be a difficulty, you stay on the waiting list surely.
Yeah,
And so
well, yeah,
close.
yeah.
I know it's not ideal, but you know, you can't always make everything available to everyone at the time when they need it, and unfortunately. Sharon, yeah, you've not spoken.
I just think that perhaps there ought to be, if there is a problem with them not having any water, wherever that 68B is, I don't know where it is, perhaps they should make sure that each aisle, or whatever, has a tap.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? So that
So many
each
ones,
section
Yeah.
has got access to a tap, say at the bottom, that they're not having to then
They're no more than so far away.
with
whatever.
a barrier, and you know what I mean? So that
I mean, that might be a wider. My understanding is there's the main road as you go into the allotment, and there's taps along there. I don't know what's on the roads around.
I think it must be a problem if you are on that bottom and you haven't got
I
water.
mean, I had one years ago, I know there's something on the top road, but I don't know about it.
No, I don't know. Steve again, yeah, and then
it
Sean.
would probably be a lower cost to put a pipe down to the bottom and along, as a matter of course, and then drop them in, and that could be nearly done in a day these days.
Just to make everyone aware, obviously the item is relating to a proposal from a resident. So this resident is proposing to pay for it and everything like that.
Yeah.
And again, some of the comments we've raised is if one allotment holder says they're going to do it, and then it's afterwards who's liable for the piping. If we do it, we know that it's our problem. But if they put something that we don't necessarily agree with, or you know what I mean, I just think there's all those sort of things. Lynn, you've not spoken yet.
Even we don't know we're all getting them. I don't expect someone to tell us the distribution of the taps and whether they're distributed.
So that would likely be amenities.
Yeah, we can do that for amenities, so we can defer this item to amenities with a tap plan.
Because the Allotment Association come to that committee, don't they, as well? Would we be happy to defer that and...
Yeah, on that basis,
Yeah. Okay. Could I just get a show of hands in favour of that? Thank you very much. Thank you, Lynn. You're always helping us move forward. 33, to receive a Section 1P7 grant request from Ackworth Drop-In for funding for 26-27 Decide course of action. Just to note, there is the note right at the back, which is Parish Council can no longer support this group with holding funds in our safe, which we previously have as the group called No Bank Account. Just that is an issue that would have to address, sort of things, for everyone to be aware. I'll bring Sean in first, then you.
I just want to say, I know we can't do that, but I think if we can't still move them, I think at the end of that topic, possible. So is there any other alternatives that we could look at the way we could do it?
It's a no recommendation. That's from the White Rose Bulletin from YLCA, and that's part of a national change that's happened. It's
so
not
basically it might be at the end of it.
possibly if no one else steps up to support it and everybody can.
John,
But one suggestion is my wife is at quiet tonight and they haven't got that facility, so what they agree to do is somebody takes it home and banks it the next day for money. So that cuts out having to keep it anywhere else. So they take responsibility for it.
So that requires two groups liaising with us.
Can I just check, we've got two issues here, one their request for some money, two their where they physically store it.
So it's been out recommendation.
Yeah, no, I get that. It was just the overall thing because we've had the application, haven't we? But then there's also an issue about where they physically store money, or is it, or are we trying to look at all at one?
Well, it's all, we can't really grant the money until we have that issue sorted. With it being an health recommendation, I think it would be difficult for us to go against that.
Yeah. Oh, no, I get that, absolutely, but yeah, it's just that we...
So I don't think we could really...
It's more around the admin of this right now.
I'm guessing in general, I think forgive me if I'm speaking incorrectly, but I'm pretty sure that everyone's more or less in favour of granting the money, but we just have that sticking point of which to deal with, so I think that's the issue.
Can I just say something before we move on? It isn't that it has to be anyone can hold the money. It's part of our grant process. They should have a bank account and a constitution.
Yeah.
They haven't got either. We've known they've not had a constitution in the past, and obviously council have agreed to still authorise the money because I think it was derived from a parish council event and then it became a public event. But now that they've not got a bank account as well, you've got two elements to consider under the Section 137 Grants Act, not Act, but the grants process. So it's just to be aware of that, that as a group asking for a grant, not just a community holding money at home. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
If they weren't asking for a grant, 100% they could do that, but because they're asking for a grant, we have to pay that money into somewhere. So usually it has to be the group has a bank account associated to that community group.
Ian, yeah.
Yeah, so I agree with what you're saying, that I think probably support it, but I'm just very uncomfortable giving money with the potential fraud issues, and if we're giving money to a group that doesn't have a full bank account, I presume it's going to have to go into someone's personal account.
Which is why we previously kept it in our safe, because we could keep control of where the money was.
I just don't think we can in all good faith do that as a, because you're opening up fraud issues, aren't you?
Potential. I mean, I'm pretty sure no one in that organisation would commit fraud. That's not being suggested, but I thought it would work.
Because it's public money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, can we not just go, why can't they have a bank account?